3, 2, 1, and the countdown's done, Joe. It's okay, you can now take a photo. And Jaime, let go of your pizza. Pineapple filled only if you can't see us. And he's just smiling and giggling, always listening so she can understand everything. This is the team that has your back when everything's whack. Yo, they'll make you laugh, join in the friendship, the community of fun, and learn something cool so you can be the one. Now wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. You filthy animals, filthy animals. It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Social UnDistancing Show. This is the place where you never know if we're going to start on time or if we're going to have a full cast here. And so with that being said, I want everyone to say hello to my guest. Her name is Jenea. Jenea, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right. It's going a little unpredictable at this point. So I just noticed that my camera or something is doing a little delay, but that's fine. It's okay. As long as you can hear me fine. And let me warn you, Jenea, you may not know this, but at some point tonight, my video is going to pause and it'll look like I zoned out for a minute. Okay?
Okay. So you're glitching out at that point. So take over or what?
I won't say I'm glitching out, but more than likely I did zone out. Okay? It's nothing against you. It's a condition. It's just, it happens when I've had a busy week and I don't get to unwind or decompress. And so sometimes I just sit there and I just kind of gloss over. Okay.
Perfect.
Nothing against you.
Keep an eye out for that. I like the intro a lot, actually.
Yeah. Buddy of mine, his name is, he's a buddy of mine, and he built that intro for us many years ago. And it was really cool. We really liked the werewolf when he's like, you know. And so we really dug that. Hey, Sylvia, thanks for coming on tonight. We are trying to scale back our carbon footprint on the planet. And so we asked Joe and Sandy to support us from the sidelines. And it would just be Jenea and myself tonight. So if you can help them cheer us on through the comments, that would be great. Okay. Now, Jenea, someone's in here who thought they were late at first, right? So Carrie Humphrey, she says, hello, am I too late? And you were not, Carrie. You were not. We were late. You were not. She said, oh, read directions. First, Carrie, I will if I remember. It looks like she forgot mid-sentence, actually, what she was going to write out.
Right. She's early. Well, she knows me. I'm usually close to on time.
Okay. And she says she's early. Yes, you are early. You are early, Carrie. So welcome, everybody. Look, if you're new to the show tonight, what is the Social UnDistancing Show? So a few years back, the world got really, really wild. And they said, hey, we need y'all to kind of distance yourself from folks. Well, my cohorts and I, we did not do well with that because we're big social butterflies, very strong external or extroverted people. And so instead, we came up with the Social UnDistancing Show, which was a way to still meet friends and hang out with people and just do it virtually instead. So that's what the Social UnDistancing Show is, and that's what we still do. We like to hang out and meet new people. Part of that was Jenea. So Jenea has a very interesting topic that I wanted her to come on here tonight and talk about and share with us all, because I didn't know what it meant, right? We kind of led to it earlier last week and then on the promo tonight. But I asked a friend of mine, Jenea, I said, have you ever heard of this? And I put the word in the chat, right? And she said, she pronounced it in Spanish, and she was like, I don't think you spelled infirmary right, or hospital. And I was like, oh, no. That's actually how you spell it. I was like, it's phonetically ephemera, right?
Exactly.
And so
Yeah. Ephemera.
and so she was like, I don't know what that is. So she looked it up, and if any of you are like me, looked it up also to find what the definition said, it
I
didn't
was
make
just saying
sense. Oh, okay.
that.
It didn't make sense, Janae. And I was like, I was trying to explain it to her in chat. And if you're in here, Mrs. Jams, I did a horrible job of explaining it because even with the definition, I was like, yeah, it's kind of like that. I was like, but honestly, you could say that about anything that exists. It all will eventually be thrown away. So it's all
True.
temporary. But
That is true.
anyhow, so, but
But
before
yes,
we get into that, Janae,
yes.
why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself? This isn't an interview, so you can just
Okay, cool.
share what you want,
So I
okay?
can share personal, not just professional.
Yes, yes, you can share either.
Okay, so I am from Washington State. I've known Jaime for pineapples. What do you go by on this show?
You can say Jaime, you can say J Pineapples. They call me Jamie because they knew me
He's
30
Jay
years ago.
because of J
I
Pine.
like J Pineapples. It's fun.
Yeah. Anyways, so we've known each other for 5 months maybe. Let's see. I am a mom to a 13-year-old who is a giant. She is like 10 inches taller than me. I am now the small one. Whenever you get, the little family of three, I'm now the little baby and she's the mom and the dad. That's volleyball. So I'm a homeschooler. And so I got that going on. And then I know, woo. No, I
Go
never thought I'd be
homeschools.
one of those people.
I know.
I
I'm
never.
not. I never think anyone's going to be one of those. And then you meet a lot of them and you're like, huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're kind of normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought, but now I would never do anything different. So we started
Yeah.
that after the pandemic. So that's a challenge, being with your kid all day, every day, but it's fun. And I
She's
also
like,
am
it's something.
something, yeah. Thank God there's the internet for learning because I'm not,
Yes.
I don't know it all. And then what else do I got going on here? So I also do Auletto, which is kind of what I started because I love to shop. And I needed to support my shopping habits. I thought if I can just buy something and sell part of it and still be able to shop, then why not? So that's where that began, was me liking shopping. And so I like old paper, which that's where the ephemera leads to. And I resell that on eBay. And I just started Whatnot. And so that's been
Ooh.
kind of my side hustle. And I've also been a student myself, going back to school, getting my degree. That's been fun. And I'm looking to get into cybersecurity as well. So
Wow.
I have a lot going on in my life.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Like, so anytime, I feel like this is a blanket statement, but I feel like most women in general, they usually have a lot going on already. Like they are just juggling 11,000 things. And yeah, I'm always just like, I work from home and do this. Oh, and I got comic books. That
You
doesn't
do other
really.
things too. You're a dad. You're a full-time dad, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty
So
much.
yeah, but those aren't as exciting as what you said. We'll put it that way, right? So,
No, I like
so you told me what ephemera was, and I thought, is it contagious? Is it bad for you? And then you kind of introduced me to what it was. So for everyone who's going to be watching this, can you explain to us what ephemera
Yeah,
is?
I
Am I
can.
saying it right?
You are ephemera, yes. And I can actually
Okay.
show you some stuff. So I collected a couple things around me. I actually have this bin over here that just has like a box full of random ephemera. So I can just randomly pull stuff out and see what I get.
Yeah. I'm interested in doing the deep dive here. We're gonna have people who are gonna come in. You're probably gonna have to come back around and explain it again when they get here.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, ephemera is basically something that was used previously that wasn't meant to be reused. So, and it's regarding
Like
paper.
my socks.
No, and it's only regarding print and paper. So it's
Oh.
basically people who collect paper, and it could be random things from a print ad in a magazine to a label, an old label, letters,
Can it be
stamps.
comic books?
comic books could be ephemera actually, but it would have to be. I guess I could qualify it in a certain way.
I
Maybe
know this
part
guy who
of
once used to take comics and he would cut them and then like put them on a board. And then he put another comic that wasn't cut on the board too.
so kind of like a collage sort of thing, and that's kind of what ephemera is. So people make things out of ephemera. That's what I like to do, and collect it. So that's kind of what I do with it. I just love old paper. It's
Yeah.
a point in time, and it
Sorry,
feels
someone's at my door.
special.
Hold on.
Mhm.
My daughter's ferret has the hiccups. She just wanted me to know.
Thanks for letting us know.
Thank you. Yes. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
So
boy.
this is what doing live shows is like, Jenea. Is you just sometimes life happens in the middle of it all. I am not a paid person for doing this, so those responsibilities I usually think are on pause outside the door. Sometimes they kind of want to get in, So I
I need a
apologize.
sign on the door. Live session in progress.
It's not like I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years now, though, either.
Well, they don't care. Yeah, I know.
You know how it goes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So my daughter probably coming in eventually at some point.
I imagine that's why you put that extra space there onto the side so she has enough room to come in and say hi.
Exactly. Come on in.
Okay. Anyhow, ephemera. We were talking about comic books. You're saying collage, and then what were you saying after that?
I basically said that I love old paper because it's a point in time and it just feels special. There's something about holding it, the texture, the feel of it, the smell of it.
Describe it to me. Like, what is what are some words that you associate with it?
Timeless.
Okay.
For myself. It depends. Different paper feels different ways. So sometimes it's soft, scratchy. I don't know. Just has that feel of like this was quality, probably is more a better word for it.
How did you get into it? How did you find out about that? Was this one of those things where you were already loving it and you found out there was a word and thing for it? Or was it you found out about it and you're like, let me see what this is about?
I really just, what it started with is a thrift store and shopping, to be quite honest. To me, there's nothing better than getting something for a super great deal and flipping it and making some money off it. So that's where it really began, was in the shopping.
Yeah.
Then my mom actually started making something called junk books or junk journals. And
she would write everywhere that your junk was.
Yeah, so I'll show you. I brought one, like this is one I made. So I brought it to explain it. Okay. So this was a book, a regular book that I bought.
Okay.
And I printed on the side for your wedding. And I was kind of like, I think I need to clean my camera. It was a little blurry. Let me clean this. There we go.
Okay.
So it's a regular book that I took. And basically, I made this one. So our wedding, you get cards and gift cards and little notes. And what are you going to do with those? You keep them in a box or you throw them in a plain old scrapbook, right?
Yeah.
Not so cute. So what I did is I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a junk book out of my wedding cards and all of that. So I took this book and you tear out pages and you glue pages together. So this used to be an entire book and now it's obviously got lace on it, but you can see there isn't as many pages, right, as a book would normally have.
Was the lace from your wedding?
The lace was actually, it was some of it. This right here was my garter belt. Oop. Sorry, it's so bad. Why does it look like that?
Go in the opposite direction.
Okay, I'm bad with directions. So this was my garter belt. This was like our actual wedding invitation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I went and I just like glued and made pages out of this book and like pockets out of cards, put little things like here were like the estimates for our cake and stuff, what that cost. And So this doesn't have as much ephemera in it, but this is my own collection of ephemera. So I also buy other people's ephemera, which would be cards and letters and photos from themselves.
But
So
they
this,
don't know that it's called ephemera. Like they
no, they don't.
just
It's just called
okay.
junk them that they throw away or
Okay.
usually. But yeah, so this would be something you could make, and this would be an example of ephemera for myself, I guess. So
What?
yeah, so this is all from my wedding, and I glued it on top of the pages that were in the book.
Uh-huh.
And then I also add paper and other pieces.
Look at that.
Yeah. So this would be a sample of like what
Is it
my
full?
mom was making. It is full, yeah. It's done. The whole book's full.
Wow. I mean,
So,
I know it looks full, but I meant like, does every page have something on it?
well, yes, but when you do this, you take a book and you flip over a couple pages and then you rip out
All those
probably
pages.
a bunch of pages. So you rip out a bunch of pages
Uh-huh.
and then you turn the page and then you end up gluing that first page that you left and then that last page in between where the pages are missing. So you're creating a book and making it smaller, basically. So less pages.
Okay.
So this probably had over 200 pages in it, and now it's got maybe 30 at the very most. But it's full because I've added all my jazz to it. So yeah. So my mom, anyways, started on the junk. She showed me this junk book, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I decided I could definitely, like, I liked books too. So I started, people frown upon this a little, but so it first began with I like to take books apart and make, hi, is that Sandy?
Yes, it is.
Why isn't she on the show, Sandy?
Sandy, she's asking you a question.
I've heard that you're supposed to be my new best friend, and I was so excited to meet you today. And
she went looking for the hair, Sandy. You remember in the book that she had mentioned last time?
I did look for the hair book.
She said she says that your book is so beautiful.
Well, you're home. Well, get on here. What are you doing?
John says, hello, hi man, Jenea. First she says, I just got home. I had no idea you were going to be on. And then she says, when did you get interested in ephemera?
Yeah, so I was circling back around to that. So my mom showed me junk books, and that kind of started my thing with ephemera. Is I started thinking I could take pages out of books and sell them. So that's where.
Hold on.
I know him.
Hold on. No. So you thought, let me rip pages out of a book, any book, and then let me see if I can sell those pages?
Yeah.
Don't you want to sell the book?
Same reaction. He had the same reaction. Like, okay. Who is going to buy pages out of a book? This is crazy. That's stupid.
Okay. So I think some of us would have that question. Who would buy these things out of the book? So dealing with that question real quick, what type of response do you have to that?
It's been quite well. It's actually been pretty good. Yeah.
When you say well and pretty good, like it makes me think, yeah, my wife has a cute little thing she does over there. Is it like between like that versus, yeah, I make like 5-6 figures a year now?
Oh, not that big. It could be. I do feel that if I was able to invest 100% into it, I could be definitely that successful. So I am passionate about it. I just haven't taken that full leap of doing that. But I know that the market is there for it, for sure. No doubt about it.
Wow. Okay. So, so a couple friends popped in. Adrian, hello, Adrian, and so did Jams. Welcome, Jams. Is this just you, Jams, or is it Miss Jams with you also? So these two are some comic book friends of mine, Jenea, and Jams, his wife, we call her Miss Jams. I was chatting with her, not chatting with her, but like in because they do Whatnot. Both of these guys do Whatnot also.
Cool.
And that's what I mean when I say chatting. So I was chatting with his wife and telling her, hey, I've got a guest coming on tomorrow that's going to talk about ephemera. And so she was like, what? And I was like, it's like a craft and arts thing. Come check it out. And she was like, okay, I'm interested in knowing what that means. I was like, me too. And I tried to explain it to her, Jenea, but I totally butchered. I completely butchered it. I know I did. Not papered it. I completely just butchered it.
It's hard to explain, really. The thing that I like to craft with it is I like to find things that remind me of other people. So then if I was to make them like a book like this, or maybe like a collage that you mentioned the other man made, I would find things that would associate with that person and use those items. And I just feel like it has a lot of nostalgic to it, and it feels like you took the time and all those things. So that's where I get joy out of it as well.
So that's very, you know, when you say all that, it makes me think like you have a very eclectic heart. Like
Yeah.
that is some, it's not just like old or junk kind of stuff. Like there's some story attached with some of the stuff that you're talking about, the way it
For
makes me
sure.
think. Right.
No
And
doubt about it.
some of it you know, some of it you don't know, but like the words that you were saying earlier, like when you said timeless about it, like it's almost like you're connecting with some of these pieces actually.
I am, yes. So I always say it's timeless creativity. So it's like me bringing my collection to you is kind of
Mhm.
how I sell to people, because I feel like I have a good eye for things. And I know not everybody does. And so just me being able to pick out those special things and then provide them to others actually gives me a lot of joy. So yeah.
Okay. So for those of you just joining in, this is Jenea Burkhart. She is owner and operator of Owletto, and she is talking to us about Ephemera. Okay. And Ephemera, I'm going to try to give a crack at this again.
Okay.
Ephemera are items, traditionally paper or fabric type items.
Here's a
That,
good, I'll interrupt you. I think this is a good one. It says items of collectible memorabilia, typically written or printed ones, that were originally expected to only have short-term usefulness or popularity. I think that's a good
okay.
description.
So she takes these and creates things with it and sells it.
Yep.
And so there was a comment that we said a little while ago where she was talking about how she rips paper out of books
Yeah.
and sells that, and people
I-
buy it.
People buy it. It's crazy. It makes great crafting paper, right? It's special, that kind of thing. So like, here's an example. Like this is dictionaries.
Are
So
those could they be torn out of the same dictionary or different dictionaries?
so this I would call like a dictionary pack. So this makes great background paper
Uh-huh.
for any kind of project. So I take a bunch of different dictionaries and I tear them apart, and then I make stacks of paper packs for people to buy. So you can see like it's different sizes, obviously smaller, different
Are
colors.
these clean cuts, Jenea, or are they
I
rough
clean cut
cuts?
these out. I clean cut them out. Yeah, I
Okay.
literally will like rip the book apart, cleanly cut them. So I always am like paying attention to detail because that matters. Like, so you get like different. This lighting is like,
Yeah.
why?
Okay. I see.
What causes that?
It's just the paper's real white and the light is
Oh,
bright, so there's just an oversaturation. It's gives it a minute for the webcam to check it out, but
right. So you can see it's so much different kinds, and then so that makes a good background. And then I also print out or cut out pages from all different kind of random books. So it could be magazines, a cookbook. So you get like say a map in there, a cookbook page, a page from a garden book, children's books, doodling kind of books, coloring pages, just a good variety. And people like that.
what's been the craziest book you cut from?
Well, I never cut the hair out of that one book. I felt like keeping that
Oh,
one.
that's right. Never mind. That was
I won't cut out of a book that's worth a lot of money. That's for sure. One time I did cut a Bible and I felt bad about that.
you should.
I did. I was like, ooh, I hope I don't offend.
Michael was looking at you and he was like,
I was like, I was really worried I was offending somebody, but I
he
was
was
like,
right next to you.
the Bibles have always been really tattered though. So
I feel like the tattered ones should be the ones you keep, and the new ones should be the ones you tear or cut into.
well, yeah. I mean, tattered meaning not a Bible that was worth a lot of money or anything. Because if it's worth something as it is, I'm selling it. I'm not cutting that book up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So
other samples of ephemera would be like this is an old butter.
Look at that.
Yeah, so like an old butter thing.
Joanne, are you here? Do you see this?
And this is like brand new too. Like it's never been bent. Like you definitely put it.
Hello. So sorry to interrupt.
Sandy.
I'm so glad you did.
Yes.
She was really
so
excited to
sorry.
see you tonight. She was like, she's going to be my new best friend.
I don't know why you didn't tell me she was going to be on.
I didn't know you weren't going to be here. When I saw the text about pickleball not happening, you're going to be making gorditas. I was all like, oh, okay. I didn't translate to that not being available.
So the thing is I also had my niece with me. And so I had to go drop her off to her house, and gorditas are time consuming. And we literally, I guess, supposedly someone like hit a pole, and we've not had any phone service. So I didn't know my messages were
gosh.
not coming in. So yeah, it's kind of been kind of chaos.
We were saying that earlier. We were like, it's just been one of those crazy days. And on the cybersecurity show that I have, I was doing the same thing. I told Sandy, I was telling everyone there, I was like, it has just been one of those weeks. I was like, I feel like a reed in the wind. Like I got to go over here when the wind blows. Then I got to go over here. And then it's just like, oh my gosh.
Same. I even said that today. I said, I'm really struggling. I'm sorry. I went somewhere today and I said that to him. I was like, I don't know. I'm having a hard day today.
So we get it. It's good to know that we've all had our version of the same thing happening. So plenty of grace there. No need to add stressors from here kind of situation.
Thank you so much. Well, I've been enjoying your, why can I not pronounce it?
I know it's challenging.
Ephemera. Okay, I'm going to say that 100 times, and I'm probably still not going to pronounce it. I enjoy. So your wedding book is amazing. So when I think of scrapbooking, I think of I'm like, that's like a level above scrapbooking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I agree.
More special in my eyes. Like I think
It's a little bit more, not just special, but like purposeful almost, right? Like I get. So when I think of scrapbooking, I think of new almost. Like people go to.
It's all new.
They're not
new.
Hobby
Lobby.
Yeah.
It get aged really fast. The paper kind of like gets outdated, and you're like, "Oh, this is cool," in my opinion. But I feel like this is more timeless, right? It's something that you would cherish forever, and it looks good in your house. I mean, like it's cute. Like this one's pretty cute, and this book was called My Book House. Like, oh, geez, I suck at this.
I feel you. I feel you on every level.
Thing like something like it's like, which way am I going?
It's a mirror effect. Anyway,
because with this ephemera, it's more like you hunt it down and it speaks to you. To whereas when I go to Hobby Lobby, I'm like, this looks good. This looks good. I'll take this. But this, you actually like it speaks to you about a person. You may not even be looking for that person, and you're like, hey, So yes, I'm totally digging it.
I also want to point out real quick that John sent, and I'm going to say you specifically, Jenea. John sent you a heart from Facebook. And if you're
because they never do.
Who?
This is I want to say this is the second time in all of the show
one of our number one viewers.
Yes. And he does not give out hearts sparingly, Jenea. Like
angry faces.
2 hearts in over 300 episodes, and you're number 2. The rest of them are angry faces.
Yeah.
Freaking John. Saying that makes me want to slap you, John.
Why? Just because he does get angry faces all the time? Well, how nice.
All the time.
It's John or Sean? I feel like you're saying Jean.
John. Like phonetically Chon. So his real name is Encarnacion. We call him John for short. So I knew him not before, but before Joe and Sandy met him, I knew him. When I first got introduced to him, he introduced himself as John, and at the time I thought he said Sean, and then I thought he said John, but then and he did, but it's spelled C-O-N. So
it's Junior. It looks like it's just Junior.
Yeah. So
I
was like, where did you see it? And then I see it now.
Yeah.
You guys are both like, sure, Junior. What is she talking about?
I'm really happy though that you came back, Sandy, because she was really like, not just her, but there's some other guests who were watching tonight, and I swear everyone asked me about you, Sandy. If it wasn't
thank y'all so much.
Yeah. So everyone, your queen has arrived. Okay.
I'm looking a little rough because I was just about to all right, I'm fixing to lay down, kick back. And I seriously had no idea. I lose track of time. I never know what day it is. I always schedule things on Wednesday because I act like I don't know that we have a show. It's just how I roll.
But that's what I was telling her. I was like, honest, and I said, promise. Like, she is usually the first one here. Like, traditionally, she is usually here, and she's like, "Hi, where are you? You're supposed to be here. Where are you?
Right.
Where are you?"
Yeah, usually I am. But when you let me tell you this. I should not have I had my 2-year-old little niece. Like, that's a lot of energy.
Oh my gosh, Sandy.
That is a lot of energy. And I'm too old for this.
Yeah. Oh, look, did Joanne just show up? Did I miss something here? Just ask Sandy if you were coming on.
Oh, did you message me, Joanne? I didn't even see it.
I don't know if you did or not miss something, Joanne. So we'll not wrap it up. We'll encapsulate this real quick, Joanne, because I think, Joanne, you would actually appreciate this. So our guest tonight over here is Jenea Burkhart. She is talking about a arts and crafts. What would you call it? Like a.
It's actually, I mean, it's not. Its sole purpose isn't just for arts and crafting. Really, arts and crafting with junk books is the main thing that it's used for. But I would call it more or less. It's
Art?
people who collect paper. It's for collectors.
A
really.
hobby.
Yeah.
Okay. So Joanne, Jenea's talking about this hobby called Ephemera. Well, the product is called Ephemera.
It is. I'll show
And
you
so,
stuff. How about-
yeah. Show her the
So,
book. 'Cause
okay,
she's gonna
here's,
love the
I
book.
have I random things, and I was asking. I think in the comments last week, I was like, Sandy, what are the things that your kids into? Because I was thinking I could kind of look through my stuff and find stuff because I know you were
Aw.
trying to make him something.
Yes.
So this is cute. This is this camera, simple little lessons in figure skating.
Oh, how
Just a
cool
little-
is
Yeah,
that?
super cute. And then it's just this little.
Look at that.
So
I'm
it's
not
a
even
little-
gonna lie. It makes me think I have grandma vibes from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a little booklet. So that's just an example of ephemera. Postcards, old postcards, letters, which I can read some. Yeah.
Those are
I'm
love
excited.
those.
So just so everyone knows, I asked Jenea if she would read a couple of these letters. So
Yeah.
these letters, and correct me, Jenea, if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Jenea actually buys letters. People
People throw them away.
Yeah, and other people collect them and then sell them on eBay or wherever, and she buys them and sells them again. And so these are letters that they're legit letters. She does not know who the senders or the recipients are or were supposed to be. So I'm just fascinated with the idea of reading someone's mail and seeing if there's any
Right?
chismo in there. I hate you.
Of course
You
are.
don't ever
You're
come back
fine.
home.
Have you found some of those that are like drama?
Some are. I know how to read and write cursive, but sometimes they're really hard to read, and I can kind of read bits and pieces. But there's a lot of love letters from back in the war times, all kinds of things, and it's just crazy that people throw it away. It's sad.
It goes back. It just goes to show you, one person's trash can be several other people's treasures.
Yes.
I can't wait till we get there. We're not going to get there yet, but so everyone, we will be reading, or Jenea will be reading some of these letters so that we all can just hear what they're like. I'm excited. I don't care what they say in them. I'm just excited to hear them.
Yeah, this is cute too. This one's membership due book and working card cover, International Association of Car Workers, and it's so, and it had this little booklet in it, and it's this one's from 1914 through 1915 is the days on it, and it's just
How cool.
Yeah.
My great grandma was 4 years old.
So it just got little,
Look at that.
random
Like a little ledger type
Yeah.
thing.
So then if you're making a junk book, so a lot of junk books, you could take this and you could say glue this on a page. You could write a special note on the ledger page, add your own touch to it, that kind of thing. Or someone who likes cars, this would be a good one for them, that kind of stuff.
So
That is so cool.
And these
So
are good too. Oh,
do people ask you to make a junk book?
I don't
Or
like to make stuff for people.
You don't like to do that for
No,
people?
I like to sell the stuff to make the stuff. I'm not a big
Okay.
let me make it and sell what I make person because I put way too
It's
much.
so personal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I put a lot of time in it. You never recoup your money, to be honest, doing that. So, hi.
But you don't ever want to tell your husband that, right?
Well, no, because so you're like, oh, I want to make this for my daughter. And you're like, well, I really don't know your daughter. And you could tell me that, yeah, she's a cheerleader and all this other stuff, but you still may not capture her personality in it.
Right, right.
No, I get that. Makes sense.
It's just not my cup of tea. I don't really like doing that. I was going to show you something else and I already forgot what it was.
Do you have like any old like band stuff?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
You do? Okay. I need to look at that.
I've even had some people, like a gal said, I like to have fairy pages. And so like I found different fairy pages for her and made her a
fairy?
Like fairies or what else? And bird houses. She liked birds. So I gave her like a collection of different bird pages and stuff. And so I've done custom orders in that regard.
Yeah.
I like hunting and finding stuff. I mean, that's the part I like, is just buying it for cheap and selling it for more. I know.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, so I had talked to Jenea about selling her stuff on Whatnot at one point, Sandy, and everyone. And she got on there and I went, just to support. But I went on there and I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and follow and stuff. But I will tell you, it was interesting. So, Jenea, one of your streams that I saw, you had a bunch of packets, right? And that stream you did, it was all about colors. And so she had like, here's a green packet. And I remember seeing like an E on there. I don't know why that's so loud in my head, but she had a green packet that had a bunch of, it looked like stickers and letters, or you remember the old books from school where it was the E and you had to write the E next to it and practice your letters. Like that's what it looked like. And so I was just like, wow, there was just all these different colors, and all the ephemera in each of those was the same color of the packet.
Yeah, I have some of those too. Yeah, that was kind of fun. So you just like go through your piles. Like, okay, this isn't good for like, okay, that doesn't look very good on there. But this would be like a good gift for, yeah, not that one. Let's find a better one. Yeah, not that one. That wasn't a good one. It's like this one. I think this is a good gift for your crafting friend. So this is just random pieces.
Are those loterias?
And they're all green.
That looks like a tarot card, right?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
That is just like it's just an old game card.
Oh,
cool. Tarot card. Yeah, I wouldn't probably have a tarot card.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I mean, but sometimes I think about that with this stuff. Like, this stuff has been places, and you don't know where. And sometimes I'm like,
You don't know what kind of energy it's picked up, right?
Exactly.
Don't buy dolls.
Don't buy dolls. Stay away from dolls.
My daughter has a couple glass dolls, and her friends are like, I don't like your doll. And I'm like, that's funny. So yeah, this would be like a green pack. So like people like the color green, and this camera doesn't work very well. Another thing I was going to show you was like print ads. So you can make a killing off this. So you go buy an old magazine that you buy for $5 at the very most. That would be high. And then you go through the pages and they have old like print ads in there. And you take those print ads and you sell them for like $8 to $10 a piece.
Wow.
One piece. Like, like this is like
I love that he knows tobacco. That is so cool.
Like old, and so it's like old ads, and they're in these magazines. You just so super cool. So that's kind of
I can see where that's pretty valuable. People like restaurants could use that for decor.
Exactly. Totally. Yes, restaurants. There's you're in insurance. I have a really cool insurance policy that's like from 1915, a farmer's insurance policy.
No way.
Oh yeah. It's so cool. So things like that. So if you're into insurance, you have an insurance office, or you're a dentist, you want old dentist kind of thing or whatever. So it's cool.
Way cool. I love it. See, and I never even would have thought about like decorating with old policies, but that's pretty cool.
Yes. Really yes. Super cool. Yeah, I love that.
Real quick, I'm seeing someone saying we keep cutting out, and then I felt like this message came up earlier too, but somehow it found itself all the way down at the bottom again. So are we cutting out for everyone? Just let us know in the comments. If we're good, then we're good. But if I need to do something, I need to do something.
Yes, Joanne, the old life magazines, those are ones that have a lot of great pages in them. I actually have stacks of them. So, I mean, you think One Life magazine probably has, maybe at least, I'm going to say 20. I'll be low. 20 ads in it. That's $200.
Wow.
What? Are you serious?
Well, you have to take the pages out and sell them that way, but you buy it for like sometimes you get that stuff for free, like between $1 and $5, and you sell 2 pages and you already made money.
Joanne, do
So
you
where
still
do you
have
go
your?
to buy your stuff?
Yard sales, thrift stores,
Okay.
dumpsters. My
Okay,
husband dumpster
nice.
guy. We've gotten a lot of good things out of dumpsters too around here.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
pretty
hustler.
cool.
I've had to be though, like I hated not being, working for a while and not having my own money, and so it's just nice to at least feel like I'm.
Joanne says she's run into those at estate sales.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one too, Joanne.
Yeah, estate sales are good. It's actually good to get it to an estate sale early because this is the stuff they throw away. Old pictures, letters. They think nobody wants it, and they toss it.
Do you get it for free then?
Sometimes, yeah. But you got to kind of. I try to act like, oh yeah, I don't resell. Like, I just love collecting.
You're like, I'm not about to make $200 on each magazine.
Yeah.
I like to cut and paste. Paper
So-
mache.
Recently, we lost a really good friend who was a collector of all the things. And she had the old like cigarette cases that were tin. And so her niece got to go in and I'm like, okay, I need you to buy me these. So I like that part of it, and like the metal tin cans like to use for decorating. So that is so cool.
I have a bunch of those around my house.
You
as well.
do?
I do. I love the old tobacco cans, and I love smalls. Like I just love little, tiny things, random things. I don't. If it's small and cute, I like it. So that could be a small lighter.
Yeah. My son was like that. Anything tiny, just tiny, the tiniest of things. He was just like obsessed with things like that for a while.
Are you opening mail over there, Jaime? Sounds like you're opening mail. You're like,
I'm opening my version of Ephemera products.
oh, gotcha.
His comic books.
She was showing off hers, and I'm like, I think I can show off my stuff too here in a second. So I'm just slowly.
Do you use comic books for Ephemera products?
I asked you that earlier. Okay, so there's this guy who takes comics, he cuts them, and then he makes them into this canvas, and then he puts, so like he might put Superman, he might cut Superman books, right? Blasphemous. So let's say Batman instead, right? Because he takes Batman comics, he'll cut them up, put them on a canvas, and then he'll take a legit Batman comic, not messed up or anything, pristine even, and he'll put it in the middle, and that way the Batman comic is in a canvas of Batman, different issues of Batman. I get heart palpitations every time I look at it.
But I think you like the way it looks. I was just curious.
I like the way it looks, but I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm about to have a heart attack. And if I ever see someone do it, I'm gonna lose my mind. So one of my buddies, Jams, who's in here, he and I we went to a same Whatnot show once, and they were like, for every comic you buy, we will take an exact one of that and rip it live. And I was like, surely not. And when he did it, I was like,
I don't like to hear about your comics. I don't think, dude.
That's fine. I was like, oh my gosh. It was so heartbreaking to see it. I didn't even like the comic specifically, but the fact that they were just taking a brand new crispy comic and ripping it down the middle, I was just like, can we stop, please?
He's making his eye twitch.
Yeah. My eye was titching. Oh man, that was hard to watch them do that. Yes, John.
Mr.
John's giving me the name
Anonymous.
That's the name of my comic thing. Whenever it starts off as Comics Anonymous.
Yeah.
Actually, what did CC stand for?
I don't know.
I don't know. John, what did it mean? Tell me again. I thought it was just CA.
Well, I called it Comaholics Anonymous, and he's calling you CCA. So
I like Comaholics Anonymous.
That would be C. Looks like it needs to be CC though, like or.
Okay, so hold on. You got okay. I'm gonna just ask some random questions around your ephemera. What's been the most expensive ephemera that you've sold, and why?
Oh boy. Oh man. Now I have to really think about that. Because I'll be honest, I haven't gone through and sold a lot of my single pieces of ephemera yet. So I don't really have one that's like an outrageous, crazy value. I do have a question though, actually. Okay. Same kind of topic. Sandy, did you play with quints when you were little?
I don't know.
Quints, do you know what they are? Okay.
No.
It's just this cute little toy. I just ask because I made it like a really killing off that. I bought this brand new set from someone for $30 and I sold it for like $250. So I don't know. I was just curious. It was
Oh.
a random kind of question, I guess.
No, I love it. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's just a cute toy that I played with when I was little. And I got it, it was in a box, had never been opened before, and I had a really hard time selling it, but that's not even ephemera.
Quince or Quince?
I can't think of something that's been of great value of a single piece of paper.
So I did create an account with the Whatnot because I wanted to see your stuff. But every time I put my password in, it says like wrong password. I'm like, but that's the only password that I would have put in.
I have been on there a little bit. I'm still filling it out. I definitely don't have that down. My first show was pretty dang good. After that, it kind of went downhill, but I sell on
There's
eBay.
some secrets to it, right? There's got like,
I
think Jams and Adrian are in here. They could throw a couple tips in the chat that what they feel made them successful.
But ephemera was actually a category on there. Like it says, what do you like? So I'm like, that's the only thing that I went for. I'm like, okay, cool.
It is a thing. It's a really big actual market for it. So,
so let's look at your eBay store real quick. Is that okay?
Of course.
I'm gonna show that mug off.
And it's not all ephemera that I sell. I just basically like old things and mainly smalls and paper items.
Like, do you like the little miniature set type things like that people do for their house, like little miniature houses and stuff?
More just like small, like something that's not going to take up a lot of storage, because that's the thing is I have to store all this. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is her eBay store. Let me paste this in the chat so you guys can take a look, and then here in a little bit I'll find her Whatnot store and share it in here too.
And I've had a website too in the past, but I don't currently. So I don't know. It's just one of those where I just haven't pushed it super hard. But I've had my daughter start listing random things, so that stuff isn't really papery. But
is there a section I need to go to specifically?
I don't. You can probably just scroll down. I mean, most of it's paper.
Oh, okay.
You know what? The ads that I like to see, like the old school ads, is like there's the one that's like nobody. It's like a lady in like a bathing suit. Like people didn't pay attention to me when I was skinny, but now that I'm thicker, right. Those are the ones that I'm like, I would love to decorate with those.
I definitely have stuff like that. That would be like that. Yeah, I do for sure. I honestly, I've got a lot of paper. If there's anything that somebody wants, I'm sure I have it.
Okay, if you have that one, I'll take it from you.
Okay, cool. I'll look through and see what I had. I had a really cool like old tampons one that was kind of neat too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Those are fun. These are from like I think the newspaper was 1800s? I think late 1800s. That was kind of cool.
No way.
Yes.
I like this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff is also interesting to me.
Yeah, that was in a giant book, and it was full of print ads from the 1900s. And I got it for like $20, and I'm just cutting pages out and selling them.
We bought some very old filing cabinets for our office, and it had papers, and of course they weren't, in 1800s, but they were early like 1940s, 1950s, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool. So that would be my book pages right there that I tear up and sell.
Look, there's an Archie in there.
That almost looked like a couple of pages ago. That almost looked like a pattern, like a sewing pattern type thing.
I think that was from a McCall magazine, which is
McCall. Yeah, that's funny.
What's McCall? I feel like I should remember.
It's a brand. It was like a brand of patterns.
Patterns. I think they make patterns. It's the sewing world. My mom actually used to own a quilt shop, so I have a love for quilting. And I don't like to quilt, but I have like.
Is that Babar?
I don't think that is Babar. I wouldn't probably cut up Babar. I like Babar. I think that was a coloring book or a kid's book that had different.
I hadn't heard that name in 100 years until you just now said it. Like it would have never meant anything, but I
remember watching it on HBO, the same like 15 episodes over and over again.
My daughter watched it, and like the song would come out in the background, and I was like, oh.
I don't even remember the song though.
Are those vintage Valentine?
Yes. Well, some of them are. Yeah, that's kind of like a red pack. So it did have some. I do have a lot of. I love Valentines. That's one of my favorite things too.
Oh, how cool!
Lysistra.
Say that. That's harder
I've
than
got a ton of
ephemera.
old medicine bottles, stuff like that. My husband likes old glass, so
That is
Look at that,
pretty
$10.
cool.
I like
How much
games
would you say? How much would you say that it took you to make, like, to get the stuff for the, that red pack right there?
The most effort involved is if I want to make it look cute when I package it, so like individualize them so people can see them more. If I'm doing that, overall, probably 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
No. How much would you say it cost you?
Oh, for that pack. Well,
Yeah, like your
Those are
cost.
secrets, girl.
no
Are they?
time. I mean, a lot of those things.
Don't answer it if you don't want to. Because
no,
in
I
my
will,
mind,
yeah.
I know there's a difference between what it costs you versus what it costs us, because you're the one doing the work
Of course.
to put it together. So I get that part. But
It's hard to pinpoint an exact amount because a lot of that is, say, an old game. And so that comes with a bunch of cards that can be spread out among multiple things. I would say everything packaging, I'd say under like probably between 3 or 4, maybe.
$3 or $4? That's it?
Yeah.
That's how cheap you can find some of these products, huh?
I have this guy who sells postage in where I live. And he mainly, let me back up. Not just postage, but stamps. So he sells stamps and postcards.
What is that?
It's a
sheet.
Yeah, isn't that cute? Even that in a frame is so cute at Christmas time. Have that in a frame, put on the wall, right?
I want that. Okay, so how do I get that link?
Yeah, I have a ton of old sheet music and stuff, but yeah, I think that framed would be darling. So cute.
That is really cool. But what?
Yeah.
I mean,
Up by your fireplace at Christmas. I mean, come on, and it's old. It gives you that feel,
Because we like old school Christmas stuff. Me and my kid, like, I don't like any of these new things.
Right. There's something about it. It just feels good. And when you feel the paper, it's got that, you just know it's good stuff.
I'm going to send it to you on Facebook, Sandy.
Oh, no, I already found it, girl.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Other things, it takes me forever, but.
Dang. That was quick.
Listen, I'm not even kidding when it comes to this stuff.
Look, Saved by the Bell board game.
Yeah.
That's $20. That seems like that should be more now that what's his name has passed away.
I'm kind of, this is how I see. I get a good deal on things, and I've decided from the beginning that I will pass on my savings to my customers, because why? I don't know. And I'm one that's like to turn and burn. I don't want to hold on to things. I want to,
Yeah.
Which that makes sense.
Jams, 10, if you're still in here, you can practice that. I don't mind being the beneficiary of those turn and burn, as she said. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, we can continue.
Okay, I'm typing in my address. Hold on just a second. Not ignoring anybody. I am buying things.
Thank you for making me smaller. I was hating being so big on the screen.
Jamie does that. I don't know.
Well, because she had all the products she was showing off, and I wanted everyone to see it. Joanne, did we start working out for you? Okay. Did you refresh and everything's good to go? I hope so. That's really cool, Jenea. Like I'm scrolling through here more. You guys got to give it a shot. Like there's some envelopes that look like they have presidents' faces on them.
What? Oh no, I don't know why I'm acting like I can be right here.
If there's something you want in its paper, just shoot me a message in eBay. Anybody.
Well, here's interesting.
I can get you a collection going.
She has this shilling rose pink liquid food coloring glass. It's the only thing so far I've seen that's been a bottle or a glass of some kind, not paper. Yeah, she's got boots. She's got boots on.
Yeah, I know. My daughter, I tried to get her. She listed some things the other day for me. I'm like, here, go through this bin and list these for me.
Oh wow, $100. Anyhow, there's some real fun stuff on here. Not gonna lie. Like I look at a lot of this stuff and I see the vintageness of it, and I'm like,
we love vintage around here.
This looks really cool. Some of this stuff is crazy cool. You guys got to check it out. Get the link from the comments section and get the link and go check it out yourself. If you're a fan of eBay, go check out this stuff. She's on there. And then if you are on I need to find your Whatnot.
I'm doing a Whatnot.
Ask some questions. Let me get Whatnot up real quick.
I'm busy shopping.
I am
Girl,
gonna
we
do a
have a
whatnot
guest
though
here. We
tomorrow.
have a guest.
Oh, you're good. I'm doing a whatnot tomorrow though, and I thought for anyone that comes and buys anything from the show that if they said like social and distancing in the comments, I give them a free gift or something. So
Cool.
yeah. So I'm doing that tomorrow. Yeah, whatnot. I just need to work on it. Any advice anybody has, I'll take it because it's what do you do when no one's on there? Do you just keep going and just wait for someone to join? That's the thing that
It's kind of like here. We just keep going and hope that someone's going to watch this later on. So just have a good time on our own. I've seen some people who sell on whatnot though, and these people I have a hard time watching. Is they tell me they give me an employee discount, and instead of taking money off of the total, it adds.
Oh
It's
my.
so bizarre.
Why would they give you an employee discount because you sell and whatnot? I don't get it.
And I feel like I feel like I'm their biggest hype man, but their discount is so steep. So I'll usually tell others, I'm like, why don't you try out my employee discount and see if it works out for you? And for them, it always works out. They're always getting discounts. Me, I don't get discounts.
Aww.
I know.
I need to get that breeding farm animals.
People need to be nicer to Jaime and quit doing this to her J Pie.
I know. Yes, I agree. Right, Jams? And so
Hook a brother up, man. Hook a brother up.
Here we go. I found it. Auletto. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. So that's tomorrow 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. She is going live. And here's in the comments, here is her whatnot. Boom.
I just remember my daughter has a game tomorrow or practice tomorrow at 4, which I thought was today.
Today. So then you'll just have to.
I know that's how I am. Friday we've got Kate has a band showcase, and I was already making plans for dinner. I'm like, ooh.
So you play pickleball?
Joe invited me to play pickleball. I'm like, I'll try anything once.
We love anything with a racket around in my house. That's why I asked.
Oh, do you play?
Yeah, well, we like badminton. I'm sure I would like pickleball.
I don't even know.
Pickleball is like starting to pick up because like last year, a bunch of our friends were just talking about pickleball. And it's like, it's the older crowd. And I guess I'm part of the older crowd now. I love this Old Faithful Geyser postcard. That is too cool.
Come back, Sandy. Come back.
I can't. Why did you show this to me just now? She has a vintage Disney comic in here.
Wait, what? Seriously? Is it together? Yeah. Is it all? Is it on eBay?
I have like some dirty magazine comics. Jaime.
Look, I'm showing it to you. Focus.
I like that. Do you really have that? Send me the link.
Yes, I have that. What do you think? I'm lying? Shoot.
No,
sometimes stuff does sell and then I don't have it.
You have a Pokemon Trainer Scarlet and Violet pre-release. That's not cheap.
Baby. Come back. It's too expensive. I need to change the price. Yeah, that was when I got it. Yeah. That price is way off. Multiple people.
Okay. Look, everyone out there, I'm so sorry. We are going to refocus on Jenea and y'all. Okay? Because I'm going to minimize this over here so that it's not over there. Okay. All right, Jenea. So it's a very interesting topic, honestly. It's totally fascinating and stuff. So we told everyone we are going to read some letters tonight.
Yeah.
So I want to get to some Reddit, but because some guests had wanted to listen to some of the Reddit posts that we did. Let me tell you, last week, one of the Reddit things that we did, they had they responded to me on Whatnot. And so she was telling me, she was like, I was going to tell you after y'all talked, I was thinking about it. And she was like, I think he's wrong. He should forgive the daughter. It wasn't the daughter's fault for his wife cheating on him. And I don't know if y'all remember that. And so
which one was this one?
This is the Reddit where the husband caught his wife cheating on him. But the daughter, who was 17 years old, knew and didn't tell him, and he found out about that too. And so he was pissed with both of them and walked out and yada yada. And
well, that's so unfair.
I don't think so.
So okay, explain.
I would be mad at the wife for obvious reasons. I don't think there's any explanation on that part. Right. I would definitely be hurt by my daughter, who knew of the affair but didn't tell me.
But hold on.
I would feel like everybody in my house knew
Okay.
And I'm the fool and idiot around here acting like everything's okay, but no one is we're not addressing the elephant that everyone else sees in the room except me. So,
but it's again it's a double whammy on the mom, because that mom put her daughter in that situation, and I cannot imagine having to come break it to my parents. Why am I, a child, responsible for telling my dad, "Hey, your wife's cheating on you"?
Yeah.
And then you're a crappy parent for expecting that from me.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying, Sandy.
Don't get me riled up.
But I get what you're saying. How you?
But I would still be hurt by my daughter.
Yes.
I'd still be hurt.
Yes, it's still hurt.
Yeah, and I feel like that is, I can't. Anyway, I feel like that is, it matters. I feel like it matters. I hope he doesn't end their relationship. I don't think it would, but we didn't get any of that piece from the story. I hope he wouldn't end it. I hope at some point he'd calm down and be like, look, I know. And all rationality would return, right? And he would handle it properly. I hope. But I would feel hurt. I would definitely mend my relationship with my daughter if that scenario ran on my side. But yeah, I would. The feeling is, at least, I don't know if it's a man-woman thing, but in my mind, I think as men, knowing that you're the only man in the house and everyone else knows,
I hear that.
You're the tonto in the room kind of thing every day.
No, and I told you that, and I remember telling you, like, he's totally justified in feeling the way that he does, totally. But again, that falls double on that mom for putting her daughter in that situation.
I completely agree with you on that too. Completely.
Right.
Absolutely. Just break up, folks. Just break up, folks.
So is there more to find out about this Reddit post? Like,
no. I'm sorry. Oh. So we want you to read some of the letters, though, that we don't know who.
I thought that we were going to read comments.
We'll read some Reddit if we have time. But I want to get to some of the letters, at least 2 if we could, because I don't know how long they are. I'd like to at least hear 2 of the letters. Okay. So get into story time mode.
Okay, story time. Okay, this is October 26th, 1909. And it is from, looks like Irvington, New Jersey. It says Irvington, New Jersey, Maplewood, New Jersey. This is what it looks like.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. Feel the sound.
What does it smell like?
Smells
like old paper.
I have vanilla in my head.
Old paper smell.
But not like moldy.
No, not moldy. It's slightly kind of perfumey, kind of. Oh. It doesn't stink. It doesn't smell musty. And it's thicker.
Yes.
So like a nice not cardstock, but not regular paper.
Not. They just.
Is it rough and grainy?
Just the only way I could describe it is like thicker, smooth. It's smooth,
like linen paper.
Like it would be kind of, but not as thick.
Like the cardboard paper inside
of
the.
No, not cardboard.
No, more like it's just, I don't know, just a feeling.
It's like 100%.
Buy some from me, and you guys can all feel them. All right.
Okay.
It says, "My dear birdie." That's how it starts. My dear birdie. Now, hopefully I can read every word. No guarantees. If I had anything else under the sun to do, I would never answer this letter so soon. But I have nothing else to do. So I will waste this time on you. Oh, little catchy rhyme. Of course, Ma wrote to Wall yesterday, and I suppose she has told you all the I'm not sure what that is, on at least lied him yesterday, and I suppose she's told you all the news on at least tied him. I don't know. The first thing is these are hard to read. I don't know, the something is being modified, which is going to be a great improvement and will be a large attraction to help call in the young. New to entertain the only.
Did you say Colin the Young?
Yeah, the only maybe dog litter home. Looks like, or
Colin the Young is not a good thing.
it says DA and then it looks like DAUG. Oh, the only daughter home. Only daughter home.
Oh,
Who is known as Emma. This Emma that I have just spoken about is going to a country or cruelty place, possibly. Country place called Manic on the looks like Rainbow, but that's not it. On the something beautiful place. Large attractions. She's going up and is going to play Enter Monday and expects, I'm sorry guys, it's hard to read. Expects something the station. I met new Miss Tolman, being quite a goer. I am sure will be nice. This is, I don't know, something in parentheses. Sorry guys, it's hard to read. Other people's cursive sometimes it's like, what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little
cursive.
anticlimactic, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
The intro was great. The intro like made me giggle because he's like, I guess I'll waste my time writing to you.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a couple pages, but
does it seem like is your take on it that it's like a love note or just a hey, like maybe a sister and brother, something like that?
I'm feeling sister and brother. Let's see what the ending says. Love to all. It says at the end, and I can't read the name either. Be sure, it says P.S. Be sure and be up to meet me. If you're not there, I will take the next train back home.
So be my Uber.
Right. The next train.
You know, there's so much connotation that we can imply with it. It makes me giggle a little bit. It's just like
it does say I know the last paragraph says, well, I guess I will close for this time and something out the window, rubber wellow out the window, maybe a little more. I expect a couple of callers, so we'll close. Love to all. Expect me a couple callers.
He's gonna throw it out the window, is what he said.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So I think they just talked a lot more about, I guess, casual things that you talk about on the phone now.
So Eric's grandmother kept all of the letters that her and his grandpa exchanged while he was off at war.
Yes.
And so she made us the book, a copy of all the letters that they exchanged.
That's cool.
And before she got her dementia, she could remember. We're like, Grandma, what'd you say in April 9th of 19 whatever? And she could remember everything that she had said in that letter.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So I love old letters.
Yeah, I literally have stacks and stacks of them. Because what I was saying earlier is that there's this guy who sells stamps where I live. And he's got this small little store and you walk in and it is packed with postcards and postage. It's unbelievable. And it's always him and his wife and the big, what's the dog that rides skateboards? What kind of dog is that?
The little bulldog.
Oh, the English bulldog.
Got their big bulldog. So it's those two and the big bulldog, So I go in there. Usually I was going in there about once a month, once every 2 months, and they would put together a big box for me and sell it to me for like $50, and it would just be rad. I wouldn't even look in it, and I just take it. And so that's where I got a lot of my letters because they just got rid of the old stuff. It did not like construction paper. Absolutely not. I thought that too, but way too soft for construction paper. I hate the way construction paper feels. Gross. Don't you think
we used to have to provide construction paper for our kids. It would be like 60 sheets, and Eric would straight up count 60 sheets of construction paper.
Do they even use construction paper anymore in school?
I mean, the boys were in 3rd grade at that point. I have no idea if they do now.
I hope they do. It's not, is everything so electronic now? Is that what you're meaning? Like, what?
Yeah, because now the kids have iPads. Like, Kay comes home with a Chromebook every day instead of books.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I like having a real book. I don't know. I don't like reading online. It's convenient for certain things, but I don't know. I'm old school.
But nothing like covering your book in a grocery bag when using it as a book cover. That was pretty cool.
Exactly. I love that. It was super fun. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I have a bin full of letters over here, like in one bin, like this.
I'd like some sexting letters. That'd be cool.
No,
Like,
I didn't read through them all.
You know, they'd be very tame though, right?
listen, old people were freaks. I'm gonna tell you something.
Right?
I've seen them like photos. I'm not gonna say of who, but they sent Polaroids of them. Like I could see them in their bras, in their letters.
Yeah, I bet.
So,
What was in that box, Jenea?
Well, this is a cool one. The Mutual Life.
oh, cool.
What?
The Mutual Life of Insurance Company of New York. Policy number. Here, I'll read 2311405. Amount 1,000 on the life of Ralph E. Gerber. Premium. Take a guess. What's the premium?
Like
You mean
5
the year?
cents.
More than
What
that.
year?
Let me see the year.
Maybe $1.
1916. More than that.
Oh wow.
Definitely
Okay.
more than $1, but not
It'd be like 317.
29.84.
That's what I said.
Oh.
2984.
Yeah.
That was my next guess.
I was right there already.
Portland, Oregon. Annual dividend.
Brooklyn, Oregon.
Portland.
That's what I said. Portland. I feel like this microphone is just not working for you.
Yeah.
Ever. I bet trick. I'm easy to fool.
Wait. Look, hold on. Joanne says technology is ruining society, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Joanne, what are you doing? You're watching the sun.
That is so cool. What size would you say that is?
13 by 19.
I would say probably 11. Let's see.
She's getting her cut.
11 by
11 by 14.
probably 11 by actually 16.
Wow.
So cool.
It is
What's the
cool.
going rate for those?
Oh man. No, let me look through it here. So it opens up. Oh God, this
Oh.
can't.
That's a whole Randy McNally right
That's
there.
a whole policy. That's a
That
whole-
is so cool.
This is interesting. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like this is.
So the original app, yeah, they attach it to your policy.
Oh.
Mhm.
That's
That's an old
handy.
practice. How cool is that?
Oh yeah, this is the statements to medical examiner. Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. I didn't know they had copy machines back then. I don't know how they did that. So yeah, this one's pretty cool. Oh gosh. For you, Sandy.
$2.
No way. It's much more than that.
What? I thought you did this because
$2? No. This is a special. There's ephemera you group together, and there's ephemera that you would sell singly. Come on now. And it's a cool envelope.
$5.
It is. I love the
$3.17.
in the
I would sell
top.
Sandy for $10.
Okay, put that in my stack.
Build a
Stackford. Yeah, that's a cool one.
yeah.
I love those old insurance. I used to do insurance too, so I got a little special place in my heart for insurance too.
Yeah, so we Eric's grandma, of course I didn't get to keep it, but she showed me hers and those were way cool. But $1,000 policies was a norm back in the day too, because like everybody
Really?
had $1,000 policies. Yeah. Because it didn't cost a whole lot. Now
Right. It's funny that people still have the paper. And the funny thing about that is like even I'll have a random something and I'm like, I wonder if I should keep that.
Yeah.
Throw it away because someday it's gonna be valuable.
Someday it'll be worth some money. Exactly.
That's what I
But
say
I'm
all
a
the
big,
time too.
big tosser. I always toss things. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been purging like crazy too.
Really?
People
Oh,
like
well,
to
you
do
just
envelopes
moved.
too and make like this camera.
What?
It just
And you
takes a
want to
minute
have
to
the
adjust.
light on behind me. So I was trying to tell you.
No, the light only benefits you. The people we can see you fine.
Okay.
I see you done burn my eyes.
He's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, we
That
can't
cost
see
a
it. It's
lot to
oversaturated
send that
here.
letter.
Yeah.
Are those stamps? You
Yeah.
said?
I think they're from other countries.
Oh, nice.
Like, these are just empty envelopes. So people like to get the empty envelopes too and then craft with them. Like they make good pockets for pages. So you could take it. Glue it down,
Mm.
and then
You know,
could stick
people
it
have a good
inside.
eye about this, right?
They do. Some people do. Some people
Yeah,
don't.
because when I look at that, I just think, what am I going to do with it if I get it? I'm just going to either put it on a desk.
You
or
have to
table
be a
somewhere.
creative. You have to be a creative
Yeah.
to think like that.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you, and that is not me, definitely.
Or people just collect it, like your comics. I have some dirty comics, like some old school, like
Jamie likes them because they draw like big boobs on the girls.
Ay, cochina, I don't like that. Cállate. I don't like that. I don't no.
He'll show us these comic books, and I'm like,
Jams.
why does she have like these big old breasts?
They all do. It's fantasy.
Yeah.
If they're drawn by guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
they're like called
gotta
Good
be it.
Humor or something like that. I don't know.
Look, so when you talked about those cochino magazines, look, the viewer shot up.
Did it?
Yeah, for whatever reasons. I
Can we
wonder why.
see one? You have one readily available?
I do. Yeah, it's right there.
I'd like to see one, please.
This guy might want to buy them from you.
Since Jamie's trying to be all shy.
You trying to get us
I
kicked
got a
off
bunch of old Marvel cards too.
Oh, you heard that?
Why did you say that? Don't say anything else. I got some comic books.
All for Jamie and Joe.
Freaking John. John, don't talk about what you want as though we want it.
Look, Jam said yes, and Jamie, look.
I'll show you something tomorrow, y'all.
John, you better stop. Don't compare your my collection with yours, okay?
Oh, look, she's got a little vintage sewing machine over there.
She's like, that's not vintage.
Like it's plastic and new. It's not vintage.
Oh.
This is my garage, actually, that I changed to my office craft room.
Oh, nice.
All right, I just grabbed random stuff. This one.
Are you a booby man, Jam? For shame.
Here's like a
Why
rod.
shame? There ain't no
Oh,
shame
how
in it.
cool is that?
That's the old magazine.
Rod and custom.
This is called Wheelie Nuts.
Wheelie nuts. Oh, look at those boobs.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
You got to say a price as you bring all these out because Jams and John are going to get into a bidding war.
Oh my gosh. The pointy boobs. I love it.
That's kind of cool, actually. I love the hairstyle and the makeup done in it.
Do you have anything like a nose on?
Watching this show. There's actually naked women in here. I didn't know
We
that.
used to have kids that watch, but not since season 3 or 4.
Yeah, we're good. Oh.
But
Wait,
Facebook
I
and
didn't even know
YouTube be
that
like, you're showing some
Listen,
videos.
I was looking for
I
somebody.
didn't even know there was.
I was looking for somebody, and like I saw all these rated R things. I'm like, Facebook, do better. So this is tame compared to what I saw.
No, YouTube also, like after a certain time, there'll be some weird reels on there. I'm like, what's going on here?
Look at Sean. It's all for Jamie. What is that?
Good humor.
Good humor.
Oh my gosh.
What year are those?
Those are, I'm gonna make a guess. I'm gonna say those are 1950. 4.
The front has pencil written on it saying 79. So I don't know if that's correct or
That
not.
seems odd for 79, but okay.
This has,
I believe you.
This has jokes in here too. You want to hear a joke?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to read it before, so let's see here. Okay, here's the picture. We'll start with the picture. Okay, here's the picture. It's like a tree.
And the man with his pants down.
Yeah, and he says, oh no, you don't. Tonight's my night. Moving along a dimly lighted street, a man was suddenly approached by a stranger who had slipped from the shadows nearby. Please, sir, asked the stranger, would you be so kind to help a poor, unfortunate fellow who's hungry and out of work? All I have in the world is this gun. That's not funny.
What in the 1979 humor?
That's dark humor. That's like you.
The whole book is full of like old, like dirty, like literally the whole entire thing.
So Jams, what do you want? Do I have $5 on that? It takes like 45 seconds for the delay, or 15 seconds.
I
So
have a few of them. This one's like cartoon. Yeah.
so
Hold on, I can't see that one.
I know.
Put it on the other side. There you go.
Cartoons and gags.
Cartoons and gags.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look at those boobs.
You know what's so funny? Before I got on the show tonight, I was almost thinking, I think I'm going to talk about bras when I get on the show, but then I was like, maybe I should.
Why in the world would
I
you?
literally was like,
You know, that's a really good important topic.
I know I hate them, but my body, I'm like, why did I not wear a bra all those years? It's like, gosh. I should have.
I'm like, I just need some that I'm so sick of wires.
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 I don't know. I just gravity takes its toll, I guess.
Yeah.
So does LOL mean $1,000 Jams? Is that what that
He
means?
said 101.
Oh, 101. Thank you, Sandy. What would I do without you?
I
couldn't see that.
know.
Yeah, these are all different carnival. Yeah, just random things. I have a whole.
If you put a bundle and then give Jams a number, and then
A bundle? Okay. Does Jen really want to show?
Oh, look, Joanne said, is that a 3-some thing? Did I see correct?
You interested, Joanne?
Yeah, Joanne, you did, because I saw it too.
Captain Carnival. Cartoon Carnival. So that these were you going out for these good humor books, or did you just happen upon them?
This guy was selling stuff at his, like, it was kind of weird actually. It's like he lived with his mom and it was at his house and he posted like just selling a bunch of random games, just get a bunch of stuff. And I was like, I'll check that out. And I went by myself. It turned out okay. I was just digging through his room of stuff alone upstairs.
Jenea was like, I got it for the articles.
And I was like, I got a whole pile going. You know? I wasn't going for them. I love digging. I love if I go to a hoarder's house, I'm like, because there's
like
there.
a good hoarder, not one of those dirty people.
Well, they got so much stuff.
Yeah.
10, are you still in here? Are you interested in getting these books? Look in the comments because I put Auletto up the eBay and the whatnot.
I don't know. Here's 5 of them. I'll do
whatnot
for,
tomorrow.
I would do 5 for 15.
But she's touching them with her hands though, so that's the only caveat here. So
because you can't see them.
She's wearing her
thing though in comics, you can't touch
guys. I didn't know.
Comic with your regular fingers. It's just bad.
Use somebody else's hands.
Oh my gosh. Look, when you come across the book of hair, make sure to send Sandy some pics of that because she'll want to see that.
It's different kinds of hair too. I mean, it's creepy. It's definitely not like I don't know. I don't think it's
his victim.
Yeah,
those are his trophies. You need to start calling it Book of Trophy Hair now, and you're gonna sell it for like $1,000 million.
The hair on my leg just stood up talking about it. I'm not even kidding, and it's been a long.
Okay, so cut that leg hair and then put it in your book too. Look at this. I touch all of your comics with my hands after I eat before sending them to you, Cal.
Cochinos. I'm surrounded by cochinos and cochinos.
He said, I'm sure he thinks that's okay, Jams. He probably prefers them.
Doesn't hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I do. Because when I get them in, I'm all looking. I'm like,
he's looking for crumbs.
I'm like, what is that? And then I get my flashlight. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, but I don't like to sell too.
So I don't know if you heard me earlier, Jenea. Do you have like nose art from the old warplanes? The nose art.
Nose, like
you mean Noah's Ark?
So like on the old warplanes, they used to put like these almost like pinup models. Not almost, they were like pinup models.
Bombshells.
I love the bombshells. I love those.
Yeah. What did you call them again? Nose what?
Nose art. N-O-S-E. Because it's on the nose of the plane.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. I didn't know that they were called that, but I always remember them as bombshells.
I have these. I don't know if this is kind of what you're referring to, but this is like old sailor.
Wait, what does that say? Read what it says.
Yeah, well, I'm going to touch them. It says, and that, Miss Jones, is how a torpedo works. Like,
oh my gosh.
And he's wearing a sailor.
Oh my Miss Kikochino. What are we going down?
This is the same one, but there's other ones.
Antonio.
See, like here's one like misbehaving.
Oh.
It says howdy thing. You have handy thing you have there, sailor. Oh, I get it. And this one's pretty good too. Actually, I like this one.
What is going on here? What is
oh my god!
What does it say?
Took me a minute.
It doesn't say anything.
You just have to know.
Oh my gosh! Stop that.
Well, I just like these are old sailor ones.
What is that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I do. I just have to dig through. I like to not like right here, but
why is it? You want some for Eric?
No, for myself. I love them. I think they're amazing.
I did not expect that.
Models. That's The alternate models are super sexy. They're like curvy. They're like they exude femininity. I feel like.
Yes, I agree.
Way.
exude femininity.
Very like
Jams. 10. Simmer down now.
What are they saying?
this show.
I can read their mind. That's why.
I'm really not that bad.
Yes, John. Yes, that is exactly right. That is appropriate right here. Not me. Not me.
It was like because like they didn't see women for how long, so they painted them on their planes. I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay. I'm not saying anything. Whatever. It just is not my. It's not my jam.
I mean, yeah. That's not Jaime's thing.
It's on his is on comic books. Mine was on warplanes.
Well, for Jaime, it's like it's art.
It's art. Yes, exactly. It's art. That's
so. What's mine? Smut.
Yours is art too. I guess
don't
it's
know.
more.
Is it art, Sandy?
Yes.
Look at me and say that with a straight face.
It's art.
Tell us a joke, Sandy.
Gosh.
She doesn't
know any.
Look,
slow but sure. Isn't that amazing?
that is amazing.
It was on a B-170.
Why you get a tattoo of a little pinup girl?
She's got one already.
Oh
no, I don't. I want one, but I haven't decided yet what I want.
Get it like
you gotta get Betty Page. You can get Betty Page, Betty Boop, whatever they're called.
He's not my favorite. I don't know that I have a favorite.
He's not your favorite?
I would just have a random. I don't know if I want like a certain person on there.
Right.
When I'm in a nursing home and they're changing my diaper, I can tell a story.
You won't even need to tell the story. You'll be like,
my head is spinning right now. My head is spinning. I can't. Like I'm about to pass out.
Why? Why are you about to pass out?
You said you wanted a picture of a woman on your body so you could tell a story to the.
These are amazing.
Spinning. I swear to gosh. Joanne.
Just when you think you know everything about me, you don't.
I know. I'm still surprised.
I have a whole book. I actually bought a whole book that had like all the nose art from back in the day. I bought it at a garage sale.
If it's not overalls and hiding babies, it's bombshells.
Jeez. What are you talking
about? Go to the club together.
Wait,
do what?
Didn't you guys used to go to the club together?
Holla.
Yeah.
Oh, if no, listen, if it went right, because sometimes things happen in threes, and Jamie was all about bad omens, and we wouldn't go. There were times
and probably
we
for
didn't
good
make
reason
it.
though. Sandy has no idea how many times I saved her life. She wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my rule of 3.
Really?
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Example.
One night we were going to the club. It's normal, which was normal for us.
And we were there Wednesday through Saturday.
Were you guys married when you went to the clubs? Give me more background.
Oh no, we were like fresh out of high school.
Yeah,
You guys went to high school together?
No, I moved to Lubbock in 99, like right after I turned 18, which was in July, because I graduated when I was 17, so I had to wait.
Me too.
And I graduated when I was 16, so 2 years earlier.
And
then
so I met, my cousin was dating their friends, and that's how I came to the circle.
Yeah, so her cousin was dating Joe
Baker.
And so Joe and I were already friends by that time, new friends.
You guys go way back.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah. And then so Sandy, she started just hanging around, which was fine. And we'd go to the clubs a lot. And then there was a trip to San Antonio and doing some ghost hunting. And then
ghost hunting.
We started working, all of us worked together except for JD.
We all worked together.
But we were always hanging out, going to the club together and everything. So did you have a car? Is that like why I always think of us going to the club together?
I had a car, but it was the ugliest car you've ever seen. And I'll tell you my story about my car. So my parents let me borrow this car. So when you were at a stop in this car, the wipers would come on. The windows in the back would only roll down halfway because it was
they were child safety
beater. They were the child safety. The front windows did not roll down.
Oh my god!
So
this is Texas heat.
So I was leaving Jamie's apartment And these cute guys rolled up next to me on University and 19th Street. I'll never forget it. And they said, roll down your window. So I opened my door and my door did this noise. It was so embarrassing. And then they said, I could hear them say, she's cute, but her car's ugly. And so then they said, follow us. And they took off. And when I went to take off, my car made this brrr noise. And I said, forget this. I'm just going to go home. And I went home. I would park that car in front of the dumpster and they never towed it.
That is so funny.
It wasn't meant to be. So that's why I was always bumming rides with people.
You were embarrassed by your ride.
I was embarrassed. Like
Oh my
I saved
gosh.
money. I've never saved that kind of money before in my life, so I could have a down payment to get a new car. Yeah, true story.
That is
It was
very-
like
She was a host at the restaurant we worked at. And,
I was the hostess with the mostest.
She really was. If you can imagine her now, like Sandy has always just been freaking hilarious and awesome, honestly.
And that's why she
so-
hates the color green, because that car, yes, was like a green gold color. Like it's the color
Eric's
that,
saying that because he's like, I heard this so many times.
because he saw it.
I wore
'Cause-
green because Jaime wore green today. I was like,
No. This was a green gold combination that they discontinued the paint after they made this car.
what kind
And
of
believe
car-
it or
Oh,
not,
Sandy.
in my town of 3,000 people, there was 2 of the exact same car.
what kind of car? Do you remember?
It was an Oldsmobile
I'm gonna say old
Delta 98. It was like,
Bombshell.
grandma's house. My
no, it was
grandma
a
had a
grandma.
automobile and the window didn't roll down. And I remember going to McDonald's drive-through and we had to open the door and I was really embarrassed by that. So
But like, did you at least WD-40 yours, or did it sound like
it
not
probably
team?
suits you, honestly. But the seats were comfy.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
huge.
They were so comfy.
They were. It was almost like a plane, a seat plane. Like it was
Yes,
that
and it was,
big.
like, soft. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Eric said Oldsmobile 98 boat. Shut up, Eric. Yeah, I got so much crap for that car.
You know, I think in all of the time that Anise, I think I
I
only saw
may
you
have a
look for it. I think I only saw her driving that car like once, maybe twice.
because it was parked by the dumpster in hopes that it would be taken away, and it never did.
And so we always drove together anywhere and everywhere for those few years.
So on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we would go to college, I would ride with JD and
JD.
Amy.
Amy?
And yeah, you remember Amy.
Se me olvidó.
Amy, didn't JD have a huge crush on her? Amy? And they would make
White girl
fun
with
of
the
her.
blonde hair?
No, she was dark haired. What the world?
Fudge. Who is Amy?
I've never heard you say that.
What?
He's really perturbed.
I know. I've never heard you say fudge. I've never heard that.
Sandy, she always brings us up.
Like
Indeed.
literally, I'm like fudge. Huh?
I'll have to look through
That's
all
a
my
big one for
pictures.
you.
Peachy Eric says
It was
that.
not fat Amy. Amy was adorable. So I don't even know
Who was
how Amy. I don't know. Y'all would just be.
Was she short? Was she
yeah,
sporty?
Cute as could be, and she drank. And I know y'all would always make comments about her drinking.
Was she kind of sporty?
I don't know what that means. Like 40 spas? I don't know.
Well, yeah, sure. Go with that. It was about
Like
the same time.
muscly, like toned muscles, not just skinny. Is that what we're meaning by athletic?
No, he doesn't
Like,
even
did
know
she
what
look like she
sporty
would play
means.
volleyball? Like she
Here's the car.
Shut up. Hold on.
Y'all
hold
ready
on,
for
hold on,
this
hold-
shit?
No. Hold on. Hold
No,
on.
do not blow me up. Oh
Do
my
it.
god.
I know. I'm like, why me again? Yeah. And it was green.
And I'm also in
you,
here.
messed,
too.
you crossed your wires in your head. You've hated green all this time, and it wasn't.
No, it was like a gold green. Look, there I am.
Oh.
Was that you at the end or the middle?
Are you the-
That's my mom. Oh my
Are you the
god.
okay? You're the tiny one.
Yeah.
The little one.
right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a
Or
okay.
the one
I
in
see.
white.
Yeah, the one in white, the little angel right there. Shit. Oh my God, that is so funny. I hadn't thought about that car forever.
I don't. Okay, now after I'm looking at it, I don't think I remember that at all, Sandy.
I hit it. I would like
must
park it in the
blocked
back.
it out of
You
my
didn't think she had a
mind,
car.
out of my memory. It's so okay. I don't
It's
feel like I
traumatic.
fared any better than that, but we always drove my little thing. That thing.
Yours was the compact Oldsmobile. I remember yours. And I remember
Yeah.
one time we were on the way to the club and you got a flat.
That was
And
the
we didn't-
third. That was the third thing. I was like,
I
nope,
heard about that one. I
we're not
don't
We
know.
going.
didn't make it to the club.
I'm like, we're
You're
not
like,
going.
honey, get off your threes.
Yeah.
I haven't had a rule of 3 for a while because I just say yes or no by the first or second one.
Look for Sandy old.
Good job. I want to know who this mystery girl is now. Joe, are
Sorry.
you not watching this? I know you got to be watching this and you're just being quiet.
I
What was
can't
her
remember what her
name?
name was. Anyway, so Amy got me into frat parties. I loved hanging out with Amy. Amy was
She
cool.
would drink pretty heavily, wouldn't she? Like she was almost drunk level, right? Like
Yeah,
a drunkaholic, or what do you call them?
A Sandy?
Alcoholics.
Oh,
alcoholic.
Sandy.
it's normal.
Sandy would go with her, and you would put her to shame. What was
Yeah,
her
probably.
name?
I taught her a thing or two.
I mean, it wasn't
Because-
Amy.
It was, I can't remember what her last name was. I hadn't seen her in 100 years, but she was cool.
I'm gonna have to ask Joe because I think he'll remember that.
You
Ask
and Joe live in
JD,
the
he'll
same
remember.
town,
Do
Okay.
what?
You and Joe live in the same town, right? You guys
Yes.
play pickleball together.
Oh, right now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sandy's just been a friend, but this one year she wore overalls forever.
I know. You talked about that. She
I
was
had
pregnant.
no idea what was. I thought, man, she just really changed her style up and really liked overalls. And then in my memory, I fast forward a couple years, and I just remember this little thing just always being like.
So here's what happened.
I just
I
can't
had
believe you
a
never said you were pregnant. Like you
do
think that-
what?
You think that it would have come up like, "Hey, I'm having a baby."
No, so I was hiding my pregnancy. I come from a very strict Latino household,
So you weren't married.
and you just don't, girl, no. I was just making
Okay.
bad choices. Bad choices.
I'm gonna need a little bit of cannabis to help me get me through this story part.
Shut up. So anyway, yeah, so I was like basically hiding it, and my brother, he's 6 years younger than me. So they always buy me birthday presents, and he's like, "What do you want for your birthday, sis?" And I'm like, "These overalls." And so that's what helped me hide my pregnancy for a
How
while.
dramatic.
Oh, it was
Tell
very
me about
traumatic.
it. I was so. Wait, what?
Sad.
We were talking about me. I get it. I was like, man, I was like, here's my friend, and then all of a sudden she's like Cotton Eye Joe for the next year. I was like, I felt bad. I could never tell her anything.
Oh, shut up. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Not about you, I mean.
It is about me.
So then, did they not find out till after you had the baby?
Oh, so my mom knew, but she was like, "You're telling your dad." I showed up 2 weeks after I had my kid, and I'm like, "Oh, by the way, here's your grandkid." So I was like sick my entire pregnancy, and I
She didn't want to
actually
go to the
lost
club anymore.
like I lost
She didn't
like
wanna
16
party.
pounds. So it's not like I was showing. I was
Yeah,
was tiny. I was tiny. I was like 90 something pounds.
She's
when
always
I
like
had
this,
my kid.
hands in her front pockets and just shoulders always up.
Quit lying, Jane.
I
Jane was
that
just
is
lying.
so
She used to wear this
dramatic.
red shirt all the
Go
time.
through that alone
She
with
used
no
to wear
Yeah.
this red
hide
shirt
it.
all
My
the
gosh.
time. It was red
Yeah,
shirt
no,
and
it was very
overalls,
traumatic.
and her curly hair just always in the back. And she just, hi guys.
She could
When would
I'd
I
be like,
ever say
Daddy,
hi?
let's go to the
guys?
club. Nah, that's okay.
Look at Sean. Miss Let get it off.
Freaking John, what in the world?
Is this out of character for John totally?
Yes,
Yes,
that part is.
absolutely. Like he's normally
John.
like this, but his adjectives are a little all over the place tonight, though.
Maybe John's been drinking.
I mean, that makes that actually
That could
that could be it. Actually, Never thought
It
about
could
that.
be a junior drinking. How about that? All right, Jamie, I gotta go.
I know. All right. So, Jenea, thanks for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. It has been a blast, okay? And Joe, I know if he was here, he would say something witty to you, and he's sorry that he couldn't be here. Let me try to find the outro.
Jenea, I need to get with you to pay you for that policy.
For sure.
Where is that? Keep
I'll
talking.
send you. Hold on. I'll put mine.
I'm on Facebook, but it's Jenea Patchett because I got. I don't know if you still are because I got someone hacked my account and I can't get it back.
So
I had to
you
go by
changed
my
your last name?
I had to go to my maiden name because they wouldn't let me as my married name.
Spell your last name for me.
P as in Paul, A-T as in Tiger, C-H-E-T-T. One quick question, Jaime. On that old school intro you did, were you the one that made the noises at the end of that?
The which one? No. We have a friend who's a beatboxer, and
thought
he provided the beatboxing.
You need to check out the part about washing your hands.
You filthy animals.
We were in the middle of a thing.
I know.
But I appreciate it, actually. Anything for people to be clean and stuff. Now they hand their hand out to shake my hand. I just kind of look at them and be like,
Is it like where you live? Like right now, every time I go to a store, it's like they've got discounted out all their masks and their like hand sanitizer. Like it's always in like I go to the clearance section. That's all I see. I'm like,
I'll double check when I go to the clearance section, but it's not like that for me. I think.
I'm just curious. I think it's
what even is hand sanitizer?
All right, I'm gonna exit us with a slow season 3 outro. Y'all like this one? All right, everyone.
Jenea enjoyed it. Everybody that was in the comments, thank y'all so much.
Yes, I didn't even get to show off my comic books. So you're welcome.
Good night, Joanne. You got really lucky tonight.
You got lucky. That's for real. Okay.
Next week, double.
Yes, thank you, Sandy. Double time. All right. Love you guys. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Jenea.
Good night, everybody. Bye.